Chocolate versus vanilla. Marvel versus DC. PlayStation versus Xbox. None of these compare to the magnitude of choosing your favorite romance option in a video game. The greats of our time, Liara versus Tali from Mass Effect, Leliana versus Morgan from Dragon Age, Tifa versus Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. I could go on and on.
But it is not this day.
But today, I bring you the new war between two factions, Shadowheart versus Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I hear what you're saying. Karlach is best girl hands down, probably. The problem with her is that she's not as developed as the others, and her endings are, be honestly, they're trash. Probably because she was pretty much added last minute and was clearly rushed during the last 6 months of development. Anyways, back to the crux of the video. Lae'zel versus Shadowheart. These two women couldn't be more different to each other. Shadowheart is very closed off and secretive and hates you prying into her business or asking about her, and Lae'zel is pretty much an open book and straightforward, willing to accept and own up to her own mistakes, and goes through a typical reverse corruption story. Basically, anything you do that pleases Shadowheart will displease Lae'zel, and vice versa. Now, as closed off as Shadowheart is, it's obviously a front she puts up as a tough goth chick. She drops the facade constantly, revealing that, she's actually very nervous about her current predicament. As a cleric of Shar, Shadowheart was sent on a secret mission, which unfortunately required her to erase her memories. So she doesn't really know anything about herself and avoids opening up as a result. Getting to know her is, quite honestly, it's a challenge, but it's rewarding as you have to put the effort in to convince her that she can open up to you, be safe around you, and to find and to be herself. Now, Lae'zel's personality can be described as loud, direct, and bloodthirsty. She doesn't hold back in expressing her thoughts and preferences, and she enjoys dominating others and is inclined towards violence and insults in almost any scenario. As you progress, the more you play with her, and the more you teach her about mercy, morals, and that there's good inside the other races, you can see how she starts to understand and becomes somewhat softer, though still retaining, her bad disposition and bad mood, but she's open-minded and is really trying. While she is the easiest to sleep with, she has the hardest shell to break through, which is why I personally lean more into choosing Lae'zel. Now, story-wise, I think Shadowheart has everyone beat, but personality-wise, I think Lae'zel takes the cake.
When all this is over, will you stay with me? For good.
I've only had Arlo for a day and a half, but if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
And that, folks, is another case of having to choose between your waifus. It sucks. We all wish we could harem our way through every game. But that's what multiple saves and playthroughs are for, baby. Woo!